So I started this one on the 16th of November, and the theme behind it was to look more into the symbolism of this idea of the Whore of Babylon, which is mentioned in Revelations. But as I've mentioned before, there's several references throughout the Bible of female harlots, prostitutes, etc. There's an interesting link between the reference to a city and as a female, and the whole city has become a whore because of their worshiping the wrong god/gods. It's interesting because the imagery is very similar to Daniel 7.9 to 10, the image that I drew for that, where there were lots of female figures. So rather than just being one whore, there's loads of them, or an entire city, perhaps as a metaphor. What's interesting is there's a lot of bright yellow, like lots of light here on the heads of a lot of these females. So this idea of imparting female wisdom, and that at different points in history, that wisdom hasn't been very liked. I agree with the idolatry of the time, and so it's been reframed to be bad. The figure on the left here, there looks a bit like there's a ladder within her body. I think that symbolism comes a bit back to Isis and Nut. And then on the right-hand side, there's like a figure with a cloak with a yellow head, almost like a crown as well. There's just that same figure from a different angle with another person next to her. Like I say, it's just like a whole tribe of women, really. Priestesses or prophetesses, or just women going about their business. Some look more ethereal than others, non-human, ghost-like entities. Possibly this idea that women, because they get told that they're more emotional, more sensitive, has been framed as a bad thing, need to be rational. Actually, in some way, they would be closer to their spiritual sensitivity. And obviously the whole idea that they could birth a brand new human soul through their womb. I guess there's also this idea of liberated sexuality, something that is not sinful, which has been projected onto the whole concept. It's intriguing to me that one of the females in the Bible, like Mary Magdalene, who was for years accused of being a prostitute, which it echoes throughout different stories in the Bible, also anointed Jesus' feet, wiped his feet with her hair. In Ruth 3.4, for example, he's told to observe where Boaz lays down, uncover his feet, and he will tell you what to do. In Habakkuk 3:19, there's a reference to the sovereign Lord making feet like the deer, which interestingly would be a pagan symbol, I think, or at least a symbol of Artemis. I see an association between feet and harvest time, the whole standing on grapes to make wine, and therefore possibly sort of a symbolic connection to like a vineyard, the fruits of the vine, and with Mary's hair symbolism, a maternal bloodline, which historically I believe it was. Probably thinking I've been on the wine talking all this rubbish.